The 6 Points, everyone. And this is where Quentin Tarantino made Hollywood in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio. Anytime they're on the Western set, it was all right here. Good 30 to 40 minutes of it filmed on these streets and in that saloon to the left-hand side. Great scenes inside that saloon. If you haven't seen the movie, I encourage you to check it out if you're an adult, because it's Quentin Tarantino. Very rated R, like Barry. But that's what he does, right? But these are some of the oldest movie sets in Hollywood. These are over 100 years old, dating back to the silent film era. And not just Brad and Leo have made movies out here. Some of the world's biggest stars over the history. John Wayne, Jimmy Stewart, Audie Murphy, Clint Eastwood all made westerns on these streets. Even Harrison Ford was out here a few years ago for his movie, Call of the Wild. If you've seen that one, he meets the dog right here in 6 Points. But y'all, we are about midway through our studio tour this afternoon. Once again, just a reminder, if you need my assistance for whatever reason, that red emergency cord is hanging above your head. Give it a pull, I'll be back to help. Otherwise, please remain seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the beam. Now, most of the sets we have today don't have any interior like that saloon. They're just facades, like the last building on the left. You can peer right through it. Now, you can film a scene inside these buildings, but it would not be the same set, right? You would have your actor walk through the door, yell cut, and then you would be in a different area. Usually a set built inside of a soundstage, like the ones on our left-hand side as we pull out the 6 Points. You can't really build a set in there right now because all 4 of those are being used. Soundstage 30 and 31 are currently filled with The Voice. The hit vocal competition show on NBC is filming the battle rounds right now for season 23. And right next to them, that is where Anna Gasteyer and John Barinholtz are doing another NBC show called American Auto, season 2 being filmed right now. Last summer, there was a different competition series held in there called American Song Contest with Kelly Clarkson and Snoop Dogg. I hope they come back. It was very, very fun. I hope you guys watch it too. But even that body of water we've been looking over to the left-hand side is a filming location. Most notably, that's the Black Lagoon and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Yeah, one of our monsters lives down there. The rest of our monsters live dead ahead. This is Little Europe. Now, I know you can't see it on screen, but we're going to be driving through it. These are my favorite movie sets in the entire industry, not just at Universal. That's because the history that is tied to these things dates all the way back to the silent film era. The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Lon Chaney Sr., Man of a Thousand Faces was made out here. We invented the monster movie with Dracula, Frankenstein, Wolfman, the Invisible Man in the 1930s. Our first Best Picture winning movie, 1930s, All Quiet on the Western Front, which might sound familiar because Netflix just made theirs. And they're nominated for a Best Picture. But ours was filmed right here using these as both Germany and France. They just changed the language on the windows and presto, you're in a different country. But as we make our way up the road, you're going to see a VIP group walking through. But you might also recognize this area, not as a scary movie, but from a hilarious television show starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. This is The Good Place in The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstrom, are dead.
Cool.
This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever seen this. You're in the good place.
I'm not supposed to be here.
So I want to pause it right there. That main yogurt shop you see on your screen is directly in front of our driver, Arvin. You're going to see it as we pass by. It'll be on your left-hand side as the 2 blue doors.
Risk going to the bad place?
Maybe it's not all that bad.
How can I help you?
What is the bad place like?
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
So, show of hands, who here watched The Good Place? Either when it was on live or, okay, I've got a few, me and those 3 people there. Okay. So, I'm going to be very transparent with you all. I am an employee of NBC Universal. NBC Universal is also a contributor to Universal Television. I am, however, not mandated to pretend like I like any NBC Universal show. Okay? I love The Good Place. I absolutely adore it. I think y'all should watch it. It is 4 seasons of a completed story, meaning it was not canceled. They pretty much just wrote like a book and realized it's perfect, we're going to end it, and they put the cover on it. It was created by Michael Schur, the same man who wrote and created Parks and Rec, Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He was a writer-producer for The Office on NBC, so if you like any one of those shows, or all of them, definitely check out The Good Place. But don't start with a random episode. Watch from the beginning. Okay, it's one story. the whole way through. It is so good, so good. Now, most television shows like The Good Place, Bel Air, Hacks, Killing It, any one of the ones that film here, they want to stay within the movie studio as much as they possibly can, because when they have to leave, they have to bring everything with them. They call it a company move. It takes a lot of time, and time is money. That's why we have more common areas as well, like houses. This house has actually been around for quite some time. It was originally built for Home and Family on the Hallmark Channel. That does have an interior, so Bel Air's been filming it and Killing It, Hacks as well. And this soundstage we're pulling into has been around since the late 80s. As you can see when we pull in, it's a subway station. It's a lot easier to film on our subway station than a real one. You saw it about 10 years ago in an episode of Bones with Emily Deschanel and David Boreanaz. Bones, this was Washington, D.C. It has since been redecorated, though, to be San Francisco in, I want to say, the early 2000s. Now, why do I say early 2000s? By the simple decoration of payphones. Right? You see a payphone, you think, okay, this is probably before cell phones were widely popular. You can also do the same thing with televisions. If you see a big tube television in somebody's house, you know when that takes place, right? Okay. Is that the tram? What was it? That was weird. Oh, okay, earthquake. Okay, only lasts a few seconds. Remain seated, stay in the vehicle. We're much safer in here. Everything's under control. Except for that, back there on the left. That's the second floor. Okay, look out, car 3. Yikes. Okay, ooh, that is fire. Don't touch that. Don't touch the fire. Woo. Yeah, this is a long one. just keeps going. Arvin, the ground's breaking up on my side. Y'all, this might be the big one. Have you ever heard the theory that Los Angeles is going to break apart and just like drift into the ocean? Your seat is not a flotation device, so just let that go, okay? Alrighty. Y'all, we're about to catch a train. Hang on. Anyone fall out? No, we're good. We're good. Oh no, the water main broke. We made it. We made it. We're good. We just survived a simulated 8.3 earthquake and earthquake the big one. Nice job. Nice job. Y'all rode that out like a bunch of locals. I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. Now, what we just saw was a great example of a large-scale practical effect, right? Physically there, not a computer. It's also a mechanical effect. It's a big machine, so we know exactly where the building will fall apart, where the train will crash, where the flames will be, allowing us to be out in the middle of it, like our cast and crew would be. We know it's going to be safe. It also allows us to go back to 1, as we say in the movies, so that way if we want to, we can do take 2, take 3, take 185, however many times we want to do it. We all, one time's enough. We've been through a lot this studio tour already. We had multiple dinosaur attacks, a flood, and earthquake. I think we just need to take it easy, head to the nice, calm beach of Amity Island. Now, some of you might recognize Amity Island. They have a great boating and fishing community. They do a really good 4th of July celebration every year. Or you might recognize it from the terrorizing of the man-eating shark back in the 70s. Now, they found another shark over here. It's a little small, but they're terrified, so they closed the beach down. Don't worry, though. I know the guy in charge. All right, now this guy, he is the police deputy. His name is George. He's been here for years. Oh. That's a big shark. That's a, okay, stay, don't go in the water. Don't go in the water. Oh, it's George. George! George! George? You okay? No, he's fine. He's fine. He's a professional. He's yeah, he's dead. All right, we're gonna park next to these gasoline barrels. This is what we're supposed to do. case of emergency. It took the whole dock. It took the entire thing. This is not good. This isn't good. Ooh. Hold on. That's nice. That's warm. I like that. We're just gonna sit here. We're gonna. Never mind. We're gonna need a bigger train. Congratulations, everyone who just survived an attack by Bruce the Shark. Good old Bruce. Good old Bruce. I'm gonna hang out the window. That's on my box. Hang on. Hey, I got a question for you. If you know the answer, just yell it. I'll hear you. What kind of shark is that? What is it? No, it's a plastic shark. It's plastic. No, you're right. I heard you. It is a plastic great white shark. And our plastic great white shark, named after the shark used in Jaws, who Steven Spielberg named Bruce after his lawyer, Bruce Reamer. Ours works a lot better than that one that Steven Spielberg used. Here he is talking about it.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrated. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, "The shark is not working." Repeat, "The shark is not working."
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough. For a while there, it had the biggest result. So I really owe the shark a lot.
So our shark is named Bruce after the original one, and there's one more Hollywood shark named Bruce. You know who I'm talking about? From Finding Nemo. Yes, the great white shark in Finding Nemo named Bruce after that one you just saw. Kind of an homage going through the years of Hollywood. Now, as we pass by Amity once more, I do want to point out somebody may recognize it as Cabot Cove, Maine in Murder, She Wrote, starring the late great Angela Lansbury. Now, this show is near and dear to my heart. My grandmother would always be watching it. I'd come home from school, grab a snack, sit down, watch people get murdered all afternoon. Good times. Good times. It was a very successful show, ran for 12 seasons, filmed all over the lot, including in the residential neighborhoods we're pulling into. We have a very famous residence on the right-hand side. This is the Chicken Ranch of the best little horse in Texas with Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Another practical set, having an interior. The only difference between this house and yours is this one has no plumbing, right? Because you don't build what the camera doesn't see, which is why their neighbor has one wall. Because that's all the camera's going to see. Our imagination builds in the rest. We have an entire other street of residences branching off the left-hand side. As you can see, there's a pretty substantial production utilizing our Colonial Street today. This area has been seen for decades, however. That is where Tom Hanks and Carrie Fisher lived in the movie The Burbs back in the 1980s, one of my personal favorites. A couple of my favorites from the 90s, including Casper the Friendly Ghost, filmed there with Christina Ricci. Music videos like Nellyville and Nell and Kelly Rowland also utilized Colonial. It's also known as Wisteria Lane and ABC's Desperate Housewives here in their 8th season run. One of the top-rated Netflix shows, Never Have I Ever, also utilized Colonial Street for all 4 seasons. The main character of Davy in that show lives in Susan's house at Desperate Housewife. But even the road we're driving on is a filming location. We call this Wilderness Road. Right now it's being utilized for the parking of all the dozens of trucks that they have. But you have a lot of crime shows that would find dead bodies out here, like CSI, NCIS, Criminal Minds. Don't go to the middle of nowhere, go to the middle of Universal. It looks like you're in the middle of nowhere. It's a lot easier to do. Hey! Now, y'all, we got about 15-20 minutes left of the studio tour. Just another reminder, if your devices, for whatever reason, that red emergency cord is hanging above your head, give it a pull. I'll be back to help. Otherwise, please remain seated. Keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle. Now we have even more picture cars to show you around the corner. Have your cameras pointed to the right this time. These are not labeled, though, so I'm going to have to point a few out. The green Mini Cooper belongs to Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean on holiday. It's parked next to a double-decker bus seen in We've Written episodes of Arrested Development. A lot of these are in Fast and Furious movies. You can see Don Toretto's black Dodge Charger. It's covered in dust, needs a little bit of a wash. And that yellow and black Camaro in the back, I know it looks a lot like Bumblebee. That's because it's Bumblebee from the Transformers franchise. He's parked next to a Decepticon police cruiser. So I guess they just gave up fighting. They're like, you know what, let's just chill for a bit. There's another picture car I want to show you parked around the corner. It's a white Ford from the 50s. Belongs to a lady named Marion Crane, who I was told went missing, but I know for a fact she's checked in at the Bates Motel. Yeah, welcome to the iconic Bates Motel and Miller's House at the top of the hill from Albert Hitchcock hit thriller, Psycho. Look who else is at the top of the hill. Great. Look at him just standing there. Okay, well, for those of you who don't recognize him, that's Norman Bates. He runs the motel, lives up in the house with his mother. He's weird. He's a weird guy. This is the original Psycho house, so Mother still lives here as well. I'll do the talking. Don't worry, but you guys just stay seated. I have to ask him about that lady who went missing, though. All right, I can't not back up. I gotta prep myself up for this, though. He's a weird one. Okay. Don't look him in the eye. Don't look him in the eye. All right. Norman, how are you? The house is looking gray today. It's looking very. So, a little while ago, I was notified the lady who is parked down there, she's not around anymore. What's going on? What are you doing? That's a knife. Okay, Arvid, okay, he's walking down. He's getting very close to the train. No, we're never mind. We'll keep on going. We'll just get out of here. Oh, he's walking. He's still walking towards the train. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, we're good. Let's leave him alone. All right. Let's just pull straight into his very clean backyard. From one iconic movie set straight into another. Welcome to the massive 747 crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds, starring Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Justin Chatwin. Of all the fake stuff we've seen today, that is a real 747 used to make this set come to life. Here's production designer Rick Carter and director Steven Spielberg talking about this set.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
When we first began to sit down to talk about War of the World, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Listen to me. Listen to me.
So raise your hand if you have seen War of the Worlds before. Got a few people? And of those of you who have seen this movie before, I have another question. Robbie, get in. Who else hates Robbie? I hate Robbie so much. Okay, I just want to make sure. Get in. Like, it's the end of the world, kid. Enough of the Yanks. I know you hate your dad, but there's aliens. All right, let's go. I love Justin Chatwin, though. The actor is great. But Robbie's annoying. Now, that is not a Universal movie. That's a Paramount Pictures movie, so it's a great example of how we let anybody come out here and build a set. We just typically ask that they clean it up, right? So there's a reason why that's still there, and it's Steven Spielberg. He donated that set to us here at the studio tour, allowing us to drive through it, even now, 17 years later. Similarly, the next area was also donated to us by none other than director Jordan Peele. Here he is telling us about his new sets from Nope.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible notion and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Planet, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Jupe Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Show. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Why? A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Stop looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy of a gold rush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center of the UFO hotspot. What's a bad miracle? You're about to find out. Welcome to the world of no.
haven't seen Nope, I highly encourage y'all to check it out. It's a gripping science fiction thriller from Jordan Peele. Very different than his previous movies of Get Out and Us. Now, Nope is available on Peacock until March 17th, so it's pretty easy to see. That's a coyote over there on the right. Now, that is a real coyote, not affiliated with any sort of cartoon. A lot of wildlife out here in Bad. Not to take away from the cool wildlife thing, but we're being chased by somebody. I was notified a few minutes ago by none other than Agent Hobbs of the Fast and Furious crew. You know what I'm talking about, right? He's a big buff bald guy. Now the other one. No, the other one. Anyway, he told us to pull into here to hide out from this bad guy named Owen Shaw, who's after some sort of witness aboard our vehicle. We're going to hang out in here in the Fast and Furious hideout. So do me a favor, please remain seated, hold on tight, and please stay calm. That one's for me, because if you panic, I panic, I just cry uncontrollably. It's embarrassing. Alright, hello? We were told to pull in here? Anybody in here? Oh yeah, I hear you. Okay, I'll put you on. 1 second. Go ahead.
My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you from Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot.
All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
All right, you got him. So we gotta take this real serious. No camera flash, cell phone ringtones, anything like that. Now, I hear people in this next room, so do me a favor, blend in with the crowd, okay? Blend in. Blend in. No, we just got in. Every single party that I go to gets broken up by the FBI. It is super weird.
This is what we doing. This is the race day after party. And what the other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Damn.
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm not.
You're under arrest right now.
Ladies, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Never mind, a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out.
Let's go, Cookie Puss.
Got an ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You can shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate. Shaw traced us. Ops can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Driver, move that vehicle. It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Wait.
Roman!
Sounds like that bad guy got us. They're gonna keep us safe and do what they do best, but the best thing for us to do is put on our 3D glasses, alright? We'll use those as a little bit of eye protection. Looks like we're pulling into one of our parking garages. We're gonna stay in here as long as we can, but by the sound of it, that may not be for very long. So remain seated, hold on tight, have those 3D glasses out. We may have to put the pedal metal and get out of here quick.
This is our turn. Move!
most epic chases of all time. Is that Fast and Furious or what? Marvin, nice driving, brother. That was good. Y'all can go ahead, take off your 3D glasses, and take a look at the message I just got from the crew.
Over job, everybody. You protected the witness, and you can resume breathing.
You know it's crazy out there. You guys ride hard. Respect.
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. Y'all held us down. Appreciate it.
They say the bigger the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And you're welcome to join our crew anytime.
Hey, part of the crew. The family. That is Fast and Furious Supercharged, the grand finale of our Universal Studios tour. We're going to get you all back into the theme park, but thank you so much for coming to the studio tour this afternoon. It's always a pleasure sharing with you all. To all of our annual pass holders on board, it's a pleasure seeing some familiar faces here in the tram. If you'd like to become an annual pass holder, it's pretty easy. Take today's ticket up to the Universal box office. I'll show you how to exchange it into an annual pass, so that way you can come back and get it again. Be sure to download the official Universal Studios Hollywood app to your phone. We'll confirm that we are open until 10 p.m. tonight. We'll give any remaining Waterworld shows. It'll also give you wait time for our rides and attractions and give you more information on how to visit Super Nintendo World. If you have any questions or whatsoever, I'll be standing over towards the side by all the wait time directory board. Once again, my name is Tim. I'm the goofy-looking guy smiling at you with a mustache. Come on over. I love to talk. On behalf of driver Arvin, myself, and everyone here at NBC Universal, thank you so much for coming to Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA. I hope you all enjoyed the studio.